So I'm currently 6 hours deep into Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and I'm going to be grinding it for the rest of the night tonight as well, so probably around 12 hours I'm going to be tomorrow. But I would say within the 6 hours that I played this game so far, I'm having a blast. I really am. The gameplay is fun. The mechanics are fun. The movement is definitely choppier. The Modern Warfare is not as smooth, and there's a lot of other key aspects to the game. It's an alpha, so obviously it's going to be very laggy. The servers aren't the best. The hit detection is not on point, and it just feels choppy as hell. Much choppier than past console games, I must say. Black Ops 3, I was just playing it the other day, and that game was definitely not as choppy as Cold War is playing right now on the PS4. Maybe it's just because my PS4 is old as dirt, but regardless, the performance is very bad. But I'm assuming that usually by the time the beta comes out, or definitely when I can get it on my PC, it's going to play a lot better. But for the first 2 to 3 hours, we were just completely stomping out lobbies. I was playing with a full 5 stack. I got Lex TV, which is a completely just insane pub stomper. So we already got the sauce. We got Deserve in there, and Deserve is just going crazy when it comes to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. High KDs, Tim, Daifu. We got the whole TSG gang up in this video game right here. And we were just stomping out. 2-3 hours straight, just going crazy in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And by, like I said, around the 3-hour mark, I would say it just hit all at once. We were getting straight competition. Now, I'm going to say this right here. I do agree. If you are in a full team, yes, skill-based matchmaking should be implemented. There's no reason for a full team to be stomping out a bunch of low-skilled players. I feel like they should do their best to try to prioritize that you, as a full 5 stack, should probably verse someone in like a 3-man party to a 5-man party. At least. There should never be a full 5 stack up against two to just a solo player at all. So I was okay with, having some competition in Black Ops Cold War. But I will say the skill-based matchmaking is extremely thick. Like, these guys were pub stomping. They were going crazy. And let me tell you guys something. Like I said earlier, I'm so bad on the stickies. I'm not meant to play console anymore. And it's so sad because I played it my whole life. I just recently switched to PC. But for playing PC so long, it's just, I'm having the hardest time returning back to the sticks. But we were just completely versing people who were just insanely good at this video game. I mean, they're b-hopping everywhere, sliding everywhere, which me myself, I would be doing as well. But I couldn't keep up because, I'm just not as experienced on the sticks anymore. And I wasn't mad at it, I'm not going to lie. The gameplay is good for competitive play. I will say this. As bad as it might sound right now, in my defense for skill-based matchmaking, the game is amazing when it's competitive. Unlike Modern Warfare is a different story. I don't have much fun in that game competitively. It's a very slow-paced, angle-holdy game. This game is more aggressive, it's more flanking, it's more map knowledge, it's more situational awareness. I enjoy that type of competitive gameplay. So I really do enjoy the competitive side of this, and it works well when you have a full team. It parties you up against other full teams, or at least partially full teams, of pretty similar skill levels. Like I said, I was competing almost equally to a lot of these players, and sometimes just getting my butt completely whooped. But I knew for a fact if I was able to actually get on my PC and I was able to feel out this video game, my gameplay would improve. I would probably enjoy this game 10 times more. So the fact that I know that I can still, keep up with the really good players in this game on the sticks, and the fact that I'm not complaining about cheese 24/7 in this video game tells me that when I go over to PC, even though the competition will still be equal, I'm still going to be versing people of my similar skill level, so I'm still going to be sweating and not having, insane gameplays like 50 chopper gunners, I'm not going to be pub stomping like that, but I will enjoy the competitive play. Like I said, I say this in a lot of my videos, but I play games like Rainbow Six Siege, Valorant, CSGO, a lot of competitive shooters that the majority of the player base doesn't play casual. They all play ranked. They like to have competition. I like competition, but the game has to reward you. It has to make you feel good. When you die, you can't just sit there and say, oh my god, this again or that cheese again. You have to sit there and understand, it's like, wow, he literally just outplayed me. That was a good play. He thought about it. He knew the map rotation. He knew where to position himself at what time. I messed up. He did well. And that's what makes a good game. That's when skill-based matchmaking can settle into a title and actually fit nicely when the game feels rewarding, which it does in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Between the headshot multiplier, no flinch, the gameplay is really focused around skilled players, which makes the gameplay a lot more competitive, and it gives you a larger skill gap. People who don't aim for the head are going to get completely shredded by people who are experienced and know how to aim for the head. It's just a fact. If you shoot at the stomach, you're not going to be killing that much against sweaty players. You have to start learning how to shoot at the head. It's just as simple as that. You need to be able to be accurate. The health is 150. It's a lot longer than Modern Warfare, so you have to land more shots. People who can't stay accurate, people who can't track, people who can't aim are going to have trouble. You know, it's just, at the end of the day, it's for skilled players. But my main issue is that skill-based matchmaking is still so thick when you're playing solo. Now, solo Call of Duty has been so rough these past few years. I would say World War II and Black Ops 4 were pretty decent, though. I would say when I play solo in Black Ops 4, a lot of the time, I didn't get partied up against a full team. And you could tell, you could see who's in a party and who's not. It gave you a visible symbol with, who's in your game that's in a party. So you always knew who you were playing against. And I rarely ran into anybody besides maybe duos or trios that are playing together. So it was very simple, very basic. And yes, I would get stomped out sometimes, but the majority of the time, like I said, it didn't party me up all the time against, ultimate sweats who are all squatted up going as top game as they can. But in this video game, the skill-based matchmaking is so insanely thick that, yes, it works good when you're in a full team, but when you're solo, it's still so thick. I can't tell you, I can't play it solo. I literally cannot hop on this game unless I'm playing with a full team right now, because I'm going to verse a full team every single time. It's going to be literally me on one team versus a full 4-5 stack on the enemy team of good players. So I'm sitting here, once again, not knowing how to even play on a controller. I'm having a rough time. My teammates are bad, so I'm going to have to force myself to learn how to use a controller and then try to carry all the teammates. And on top of that, the enemy team is just completely obliterating all the noobs on my team, so they're getting streaks on top of streaks, and that is an every single game thing. This isn't occasional. This isn't every once in a while. This is every game that I play solo. It's obnoxious. Who wants to even bother sitting and playing through that? How is that enjoyable for a solo player? Look, I completely understand why you added skill-based matchmaking into the alpha. You have to make sure that the noobs are protected. You have to make sure they don't get stomped out. This is a big selling point for them. You don't even need PlayStation Plus in order to download this alpha. Literally, all you need is the console. So any person in the world, even the people who don't pay for PlayStation Plus and just play single-player games, even they can still download this game and play multiplayer and try it out. So sales are big when it comes to this. They're trying to make some money, and the best way to do so is to protect all the noobs, make sure they have the best experience they can, and that will definitely increase their sales. So trust me, I do understand why skill-based matchmaking is in this game, but the fact that it's so freaking strong that I can't even play alone in this video game without being stomped out by a full 5-man is just absolutely absurd. I just simply do not understand this. Look, you know what? If you want to handle skill-based matchmaking in the video game, this is how you do it. It's so freaking simple that it just blows my mind. If a non-skilled player wants to verse people of their similar skill level and not get stomped out by people who've been playing all day, put in a ranked playlist. Allow the people who want to stick in their noob lobbies to verse their own similar rank. They'll always verse people of their similar skill. And keep the casual playlist casual. It's so simple. It just blows my mind that these developers still haven't implemented something like this ever. It's in every competitive shooter I could possibly think of. Overwatch, CSGO, Valorant, Rainbow Six Siege, any game that has an just completely serious competitive side to it has a casual playlist and a ranked playlist. Wow, who would have ever guessed that would be the option to handle skill-based matchmaking? I would have never known. There's only 50 games out there that do it. And then casual FPF games like Battlefield, for example, and Call of Duty should be one of them, but games like Battlefield, you have a server browser. I'm sure it's still light, skill-based matchmaking involved, but it's such a casual video game. There's nothing sweaty about it. Nothing. It's Battlefield. It's a very enjoyable experience. And yes, you will verse a few good players every once in a while. You're not going to get completely stomped out unless your team doesn't put forth effort. But Call of Duty, I don't understand why they won't do this. Just please put a casual TDM and domination stuff like that, and ranked. It's so simple. It would solve everything. All the sweaty players would go over to casual because they think that they can completely pub stomp in casual because there's simply no skill-based matchmaking. All the new players will see that all the skill players are coming over. They'll get annoyed. They'll leave casual and go to ranked because in ranked, they'll verse other noobs. They don't have to worry about the sweats coming into casual. That means that only in casual there's going to be sweaty players, or at least decent players, average players, and there's going to be a nice little mix. There's not just going to be completely people sweating it out. It's going to be an average casual playlist, and eventually if you want to sweat, you'll go over to ranked, and if you want to just have some casual fun with people of similar skill level, I guess I should say, you'll stay in casual. But the noobs aren't forced to have to be pub stomped all the time. If they go into casual, yes, they might get into a couple of lobbies where people are going to stomp them out, but they don't have to deal with that. They can simply go into ranked, and they can go ahead and play there with all the other people who are their similar skill. But the point of the commentary is that if you're in a big party, you should verse another big party. The game is good for competitive play. The reason why I enjoy it so much is because of the main fact that there's not much cheese. I'm not dying and saying, oh my god, that again? I'm not dying from a specialist like battery or a flamethrower or a tempest shot or freaking claymores that are around every single corner and people camping right by them with 725s or even 725s that shoot across the map or insanely OP LMGs and just all these obnoxious things. No, I die typically from gun skill. That's what I enjoy about Call of Duty Cold War right now. The majority of my deaths are from people who are actually being aggressive, they're pushing me, they're flanking, they know the maps, they have knowledge of the gameplay, and encourages me to become better as well. I want to learn the maps, I want to learn the rotations, I want to learn better things. I just gotta wait until I hop back on PC and I can actually get a little bit more in-depth with this video game. But skill-based matchmaking should not be implemented for solo players. It's ridiculous. At least a few solo players who are similar to your skill, but when you're versing a 5-man of your similar skill and then the rest of your team is not good at all, that's horrible skill-based matchmaking. That's ridiculous. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna carry that? It's impossible. It's an ass-whooping guaranteed. But guys, do me a favor, leave a comment down below on your personal opinion about the skill-based matchmaking in Cold War. Do you guys think it's good? Do you guys think it's bad? What's your personal take on it? But guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like. By all means, if you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoyed the commentary, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Also, want to chat with me, you can do so over on Twitter or on Discord. Both those links are in the description. And also, you want to catch me live stream some video games, I do that over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.